"Drop the weapon," the officer screamed. I looked at my hand. I looked back at the officer. It's, it's a meatball marinara, I whispered. And that is how a $5 lunch turned into a felony stop. We have all made mistakes. Some people reply, "You too," when the waiter says, "Enjoy your meal." Some people push doors that clearly say pull. Those are rookie numbers. I recently managed to accidentally carjack a stranger, kidnap myself, and engage in what can only be described as a sandwich-related armed standoff with the local police department. All because of a gray Honda Civic and a serious drop in blood sugar. It started on a Tuesday, the kind of Tuesday designed to test your fragile grip on sanity. I had a big meeting, the kind where you wear a suit that fits everywhere except the shoulders, so you move like a ninja who lost his flexibility. I was late, not fashionably late, professionally concerning late. I called an Uber. The app told me to look for a gray Honda Civic, license plate starting with J4. Simple, but I hadn't eaten in 6 hours. My stomach sounded like a dinosaur groaning in a canyon, so I made a tactical stop at the sandwich shop and bought a foot-long meatball sub, heavy on the sauce. This was the first domino. I walked to the curb, holding that sandwich like it was the Olympic torch. And there it was, a gray Honda Civic, idling exactly where the GPS said it would be. I approached with the confidence of a man who owns the world, or at least a man who owns a very delicious sandwich. I opened the back door. Now, most Uber drivers have empty back seats. This one had a crochet blanket and a box of tissues. Did I pause? No. Did I check the license plate? Also no. I threw my bag in, slid onto the seat, and shut the door with authority. "Airport, please." And step on it, I'm running behind. The driver was not Dave. The driver was a man in his 60s wearing a fishing hat. Let's call him Not Dave. Not Dave didn't turn around. He didn't say hello. He just gripped the steering wheel so hard his knuckles turned white. "Did you hear me?" I asked. "Airport." He looked at me in the rearview mirror, eyes wide, terrified. He nodded slowly. We pulled away. I thought, great, a silent ride. I love a silent ride. 3 blocks later, the hunger became unbearable. I decided to eat. Have you ever unwrapped a foil-wrapped sub in a silent car? It sounds like you're dismantling a robot. Crinkle, crack, reap. Every time I peeled back the foil, Not Dave drove a little faster. I leaned forward to keep sauce off my tie. From his perspective, here's what he saw. A stranger in a suit jumps into his car, demands to go to the airport, then begins unwrapping a long, silver, cylindrical object in the back seat. He didn't see a sandwich. He saw a weapon. I caught his eye in the mirror and lifted the sandwich. "You want a bite?" I asked. He made a sound like a deflating balloon and swerved into the left lane. "No, take it. Take whatever you want." "I'm not giving you the whole thing," I said. "I'm hungry." He started crying, softly. 10 minutes later, I looked out the window. We were not going to the airport. We were heading toward the police precinct. "Hey," I said, mouthful of bread. "I think you missed the turn." No answer, just more speed. He slammed on the brakes in the middle of an intersection, threw the door open, and ran away screaming. "He's got a weapon." I sat there alone in the back seat. The car was idling. The blinker was on. Sauce was dripping onto my knee. I thought, well, this will definitely affect his tip. Then I heard sirens, all the sirens. 2 squad cars blocked the intersection. Officers stepped out and took cover. "Hands! Show me your hands!" I panicked. I raised my hands. I was standing in the middle of traffic, holding a foot-long sub in the air, like I was offering it to the gods of marinara. "Drop the weapon!" "It's lunch!" I yelled. "Drop it now!" I looked at the sandwich. It was half-eaten. It was delicious, but not taser dart delicious. I dropped it. It hit the ground with a tragic splat. A single meatball rolled toward the gutter like it was trying to escape. An officer approached, looked at the ground, looked at me, and slowly holstered his weapon. "Is that Parmesan?" he asked. It took 20 minutes to explain everything. Not Dave was actually Steve. He was waiting for his wife outside a pharmacy. He thought I was a hitman. I thought he was a very unfriendly Uber driver. The police ran my ID. They determined that while I was an idiot, I was not a criminal. They let me go with a warning. Check the car before you get in. I missed my meeting. I checked my phone. The real Dave had messaged me. I've been waiting 15 minutes. I'm leaving. I stood there in my ruined suit, stomach empty, watching a pigeon eat the remains of my criminal weapon. Moral of the story: being late won't ruin your life, but low blood sugar might.